Well, first off, to the world of YouTube, Shek Maisky, Shek Fatwai, Shek Lawit. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you see this. I am D-Rez. This is my show. Welcome to the D-Rez show, where this episode is just filled with mixed emotions. Mainly because a few things went down this past week. One of them being, I actually laid the rest on my auntie, who, it's kind of like a mother figure to me. She always called me son. Bear in mind, I'm an only son. Laid my mom to rest about a year and a half ago, a little bit over a year and a half ago. So my elders are slowly being called home. A couple months ago, I was actually another funeral. So, like I said, this one's a mixed emotion show, or episode. And of course, prayers going out to the family because my auntie left behind quite a few things, such as her voice. She was always trying to be there for the people. Like a lot of our elders, she knew the treaty of the Yakama Nation, along with some of the resolutions. And she also worked with our tribal police department as a dispatcher. So she worked closely with the tribal police. And she always wanted to make sure that everyone would be in the know within the tribal government. Which I don't go into politics. I don't discuss politics because it's not my forte. That's not my thing. So if you're someone who's into politics, hey, good on you. That is not me. I really try to stay away from politics as much as possible. Where am I going with this? I have no clue where I'm going with this. Mixed emotions once again. So please bear with me, as I'm also a little tired because I was actually one of the pallbearers for my auntie. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, a little tired. And being a pallbearer required some exercise, so I'm still recovering from that. But, yeah, it's just one of those things where life kind of gets to you and gets in the way of some things you're trying to accomplish. Some things I was trying to accomplish this past week really didn't do that because also the 4th of July holiday was here. And there's this one crazy story with the 4th of July. Now, right after the 4th of July, someone decided to light up some fireworks. And lo and behold, they hold a firework for too long. And that firework kind of blew up right in their hand, causing that person to be an amputee now. So it's like, boom. Next thing you know, the hand disappears. Or probably like this. I'm not too sure which hand it was. I just heard the story of what happened. So yeah. So that's something, that lessons learned, in consideration of the fact that here in a lot of places in central Washington that fireworks were illegal, but within the reservation boundaries they were still going off. So, and we have a burn ban in effect too. So it's really hard to try to burn stuff when you got a burn ban in effect and you're trying to do some tidying up too. So I don't know. That's just that part in that story. So after the 4th of July, that's what happened. So happy 4th to anybody who celebrates it. I know a lot of natives don't really celebrate the 4th because we've been here for over 250 years. Longer than before this country became America, what it's known as. And so I know a lot of natives don't celebrate it. They like to do the whole selling of the fireworks and make some money that way. So to each their own, do what you want to do. I know I've had quite a few friends of mine who had some fireworks stands. So yeah. And then also Wild Horse, Pendleton, Oregon had their powwow over the 4th of July weekend. And I've seen the footage of people sharing on social media and the mailing stores. Looked like a good powwow. And so quick shout to the Wild Horse. Locally, we used to have one within Toppenish. Now it's just the Toppenish Rodeo. So if you're a rodeo native, cool. I'm a Panama native myself, but I don't do much traveling because I don't get that much money for gas. Oh yeah, which also reminds me, in somewhere, I think it's in the bio where the links are. I actually do have a Venmo account, so if you would like to donate to the channel to help it grow, actually just puts gas in the car so I can actually get to places. Feel free to do what you can if you want. If not, no worries. I know we've got tough times, we've got families to feed, so yeah. Like I said, it actually helps out with the gas so I can actually get to places and show you what's going on in the Yakama Valley and here on the reservation. But also event-wise, we're in July. Fire season is here, so quick shout out to the firefighters who are fighting fires across the state. I know with the 4th of July, quite a few fires popped up. So yeah, quick shout out to the firefighters. We are in a desert, we are in a drought, and it is very freaking dry. So I actually do have some cousins that are firefighters. So event wise, there's some events coming up. I know I want to go to the Omak Stampede, which happens in a few weeks in August. I believe the second weekend in August. I'm going to try to make it to that if I can get the funding and the vehicle to make it up to Omak, because I kind of want to see family up north too. It's been a while since I traveled up there. Kind of want to check it out. So Omak Stampede, I'm going to try to make it to. No guarantees. As I have a part-time job, also looking for some more part-time work. So I know I want to do this, and that is have that connection with you, whoever's watching this, which I do appreciate you watching this, even though the views aren't where I want it to be. But hey, I'm still trying to learn how a lot of this works. So event-wise, everyone's just out and about, either doing what they can to stay cool, or yeah, just doing the can to stay cool, or camping. I know next month it's going to be huckleberry season, which I believe commercial huckleberrying, or where to pick huckleberries, things like that, has actually been banned for commercial use. So that way, a lot of the tribes can actually do what they do and picking huckleberries. I know there's a full story to that, just not too sure what the information is. So that's what I know as far as reading stuff from social media. But yeah, we're in early July, getting warmer outside. So yeah, not much going on. So with that being said, make sure to like, make sure to follow, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. But with the Indigenous Spotlight, I would actually like to put the Indigenous Spotlight on someone who is an actor. So with this actor, he's actually come to the Yakama Nation at least once. And when I met him, pretty cool guy. He played the role of Victor in the movie Smoke Signals. Talking about the actor, and a pretty funny guy, Adam Beach. From TV to movies, had numerous roles. Co-starring with Nicolas Cage in Wind Talkers. With that role, he actually explained that he actually wanted to make sure I had permission from, I believe it was this one with Wind Talkers, or it could have been another tribe, that he wanted to have the permission of the other tribe who was portraying, just to make sure everything's cool. You know, actors will do that sometimes. They want to make sure that they are representing that person and their tribe in the correct way. Because you got to remember, 500 tribes, we're all different. A lot of them are. So yeah, quick shout to Adam Beach. I know that he's doing this thing with the acting and also with his tribe. And he's opened the doors, like with a lot of actors, and giving advice. And one thing I did, he spoke at our Heritage University in Toppenish a couple of years ago. One thing he did mention, which I did a lot of, and that is get off the res. Go do some traveling. Go see what's out in the world. Don't just stay in one spot. In my early 20s, into my 30s, I did some traveling. I still want to do some more traveling because there's a lot to see in this country. But that's what he said. No, do some traveling. Educate yourself about stuff. See what's out there beyond the reservation boundaries. If you've been living on a reservation all your life, or the town you're in, go explore. I've driven up and down this West Coast. But yeah, that's one thing you mentioned, is go do some traveling, go educate yourself, and me personally, have fun at the same time. Excuse me. And so Adam Beach, I thought he was a pretty cool guy. And my auntie, who we just laid to rest, as I try to learn how to enunciate and talk, actually gave Adam a cool present. I can't remember what it was, but my auntie gave him a nice present. I think it was elk teeth in the form of a necklace. And I appreciate the advice he gave. It's like, go out, explore. Do what you gotta do to educate yourself. And so I'm going to say to you guys, educate yourself. Do your research. Not everything on the internet is going to be factual. Like with the whole FIFA World Cup thing, people from other countries had this perception of Americans because of media. And so I'm not going to talk way too much into that because I used to be part of the media here in the Yakama Valley. But yeah, perception is yours. You also want to grow your perception on things. So yeah, quick shout to Adam Beach. I know he's not too active in social media, but he is active within the indigenous communities. And he also mentioned that with Smoke Signals 2, that will not be coming out because he made the decision not to. So yeah, Adam Beach, actor, funny guy. Make sure to go check him out within his social media. I'll make sure to try to do my best to put it up here on the screen or in the description. So with that being said, thanks for watching this. I know this is kind of a mixed emotion episode for me because of what was going on in the past week. So rest in peace to my auntie. Continued prayers for my brothers and my sisters, the nieces, the nephews, everyone who traveled to the funeral. I'm going to try to be more prepared next episode, as I'm good at being inconsistent, so I'm trying to figure out if I want to release these like on a Sunday or Monday. So it looks like for the time being it'll be released on a Monday. So I'm trying to do better and be more proactive or active within social media, not just within TikTok or Instagrams or Facebook, but also this with YouTube. So thank you for watching for as long as you did. Feel free to follow me within the other social medias. And until next time, again, I am D-Rez. Thanks for tuning in. And hey, you have a nice day. Later.